Hey YouTube, today we're going to talk about this alligator snapping turtle which I have right here, and he's still calm, he's not really opening his jaws wide yet. We're going to talk about some of the care requirements, some of the safety guidelines as a keeper. You know, when you keep these as a pet, you really want to be careful because you don't want to get bitten in any way. Alright, I'm going to put him down and then we're going to start going into the details. And now you can see why they get the name as the alligator snapping turtle, not just like the common one, because see how on the shell you actually see these little spikes coming up? Alright? And that's one of the ways you can differentiate the common and the alligator snapping turtle. Now he has his head kind of, you know, hiding inside his carriage space, or as you can see its head is actually quite big. Alright? See how prehistorical these guys are, and as you can see, you know, the shell looks a bit dry, it's kind of peeling a bit actually. Well, because I took him out for the video, because I'll keep him with these huge plastic Tupperwares, and you want the water to be just slightly passing the you know, the highest part of the shell, about 1 centimeter over the shell, because these guys are fully aquatic turtles and they do need to be in the water the whole time. Although taking them out every once in a while isn't really a problem, and as you can see, the aggression of these guys aren't as bad as the common snappers. All right, give me a little touch on the head. You can see, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, every once in a while these guys may snap, but it's nothing compared to the common snapping turtle. Sorry, it's a bit blurry there. Just do that again. So just give it a tap on the head. Yeah, that's. See how he pushes himself up the hind legs. I mean, that's pretty much it. All right. And okay, you know what? It's a really good shot. Now, right here. And you see this guy doesn't even snap. See that right there? See that little worm-looking thing? That's what they use to hunt. Okay. These guys will have their mouths wide open in the wild, and they'll be moving that little wiggly thing on their tongue, which looks basically like a worm. And you know, when these little fish like minnows and goldfish or whatever you would see naturally in the wild, they would see that worm and they would go for it, and they try to bite it. And as the fish comes closer, you know, because they get interested in this little wiggly thing, they think it's like a worm of some sort, this guy will just snap right at the fish and boom, done. Gets the job done. So that's how these guys feel in the wild. And one of the best things to do, as you know, for a pet alligator turtle, was just to buy some live minnows or live feeder fish, and just to put them in. You know, these guys have pretty strong immune systems, so you know, minor parasites don't really hurt them. I mean, these guys live forever. Okay, now I'm going to show you the size of them. So, as you can see when I put my hand over the shell, so it's about, you know, 6 inches, a bit over 6 inches. But guys, you have to understand, these guys live at minimum, with the right care, I'd say probably around 70 years minimum. Yeah, a lot of people keep them for over 100 years. Well, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell because, you know, I wouldn't be around by then, most likely. And some of these were found a couple of years ago with, you know, some remnants from the Civil War. These guys do get pretty darn big, alright? I'd say probably like at least 3 times the size of this, of its length at this point. Again, just an awesome creature. Look at that. You pick him up and take a wow, jaws. Look at that. Very prehistorical look. Yeah, just an awesome thing, you know, just to kind of look at and watch them feed on live feeders. And some say, you know, these guys have a face that only a mother can love. You know, might be true for some. I think they're pretty cool looking. Alright? Just very prehistorical. Look at that. Alright? And if you guys have any more questions, you can go ahead and just leave the comments below and I'll try to answer as much as I can. I probably might have missed out on some points, since I don't have a script for the video. But yeah, I pretty much told you whatever I know about these guys. So yeah, very easy animals. Oh yes, temperature. Yeah. Well, you see these guys in the wild, you know, they live in waters with a wide range of temperature. So I guess that is a really huge factor. I mean, I keep these guys. I'm in Hong Kong, where the lowest temperature in the winter will be like around 10 degrees, and these guys seem fine. I mean, they still eat. So I guess temperature doesn't. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really bother them, you know, in the winter. Yeah. Obviously, they're not as active as common snappers in the winter, I believe. But still, in general, these guys are pretty okay. Now, I'll try to see if I can get a shot at these guys. Snap at this little zip tie right here. Just gonna let you see. So these guys are really mellow compared to the common snappers. It's kind of interesting to snap like this. Usually when his head he gets a little angry. One time he almost snapped my fingers when I was trying to get him inside to get a video from my friend. But yeah, he seems like they're interested to snap. That's the figure out. Alright, yeah, this guy you see very tame. Alright, very calm. Doesn't even want to snap. But when you do get bitten, it's quite serious. You know, I've heard people, a turtle this size can probably take out one of your fingers. No joke. So, better to be safe than sorry. And just be really careful when you, you know, have your hands close to the head. Because remember, these guys do snap. Alright? Which means they can bite maybe up to like around that range. You know, they can actually extend their heads. Alright, that's about it.